what we're talking about is the marketing of Strivor, and what we're looking at is a group of doctors having a champagne breakfast sponsored by the manufacturer of Strivor. That's a company called HealthTech. We saw the doctors enjoying the strawberries and the asparagus and the champagne, surrounded by advertising for Strivor, which is a drug for motivational deficiency disorder. That scene is a very common scene. Every restaurant in Australia, every fancy restaurant, every week is hosting drug company dinners. The same is repeated across the world. This wining and dining of doctors is simply corrupt and really has to end. It's portrayed as education, but it's marketing in disguise. And I think the more consumers learn about that sort of corruption, the more people will want to know that their doctor is not taking part. And indeed, many doctors have stopped accepting all the rorts and the perks and the free dinners and the free trips, but not enough. And the bottom line result is that money influences prescribing habits. This sort of largesse, these dinners, this influences prescribing habits. Why on earth would drug companies spend the billions that they do on this sort of marketing if it didn't work? Sometimes that influence is very valuable. If we're talking about life-saving drugs like HIV drugs, getting to people who really need them. But a lot of the wining and dining in fancy restaurants going on in Australia and elsewhere around the world now is not about getting essential medicines to people who are facing severe illness. It's about getting unnecessary treatments to the wealthy healthy. And that's where a lot of the big marketing dollars are really focused. It's on turning the wealthy healthy into patients in order to create big markets.